Yo, what's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Terence Bud Crawford, man. We all know. Been waiting on him, man. We've been expecting him versus Canelo Alvarez in September. Mega fight, man. Crazy news that I saw over the weekend. Uh, Dropped on Twitter. That's in the thumbnail. He said he will not be returning to 154 pounds. So basically, what I always thought was win, lose, or draw. I believe Terence Crawford was never going to fight after that anyway. Uh, you got to think, man. Terence Crawford started all the way at 135 pounds. He went undisputed at 140. He went undisputed at 147. He had one fight at 154 versus Madrimov, and he looking to jump up really three weight classes. One fight at 154 really won't get you acclimated. So in my opinion, he's jumping up from 147 to 154, 160 to 168. That's really three weight divisions. Uh, if y'all haven't realized, Terence Crawford, he been walking around way bigger now. He's trying to get accustomed and acclimated to being bigger and working out at a bigger weight. Think we saw the scales. He was working out. He was like 190 pounds. Um, Madrimov seen him before his fight. He told Terence Crawford, "Man, you look way bigger than when we fought. Like he huge now. Everybody's seeing it and saying it. You can see a huge difference in his physique. He's just looking thicker, looking bigger. Um, and yeah, and in my opinion, I've been saying, and y'all could go back to my older videos. Terrence Crawford didn't put in the work already, bro. Like, y'all really have to sit back and think. Terrence Crawford been doing this his whole life. Like, his whole life has been dedicated to boxing. More than 15, 20 years, 10 or 15 years professionally. Like I said, he got, what, 40 fights? He 40 and 0. What, 38, 39 knockouts? You gotta think he wasn't getting as much recognition uh, by the casuals when he was younger, or when he was at 135 and 140, when he was moving up in the ranks. He wasn't getting much notoriety or money as he's getting now. People know Terrence Crawford now. We know Terrence Crawford stopped Errol Spence. He stopped Sean Porter. He had a 100% knockout rate at 147. A lot of people starting to wake up now and in the past few years, but when he first started out and when he was moving to 147, a lot of casuals didn't know about Terrence Crawford. We knew about Errol Spence's. We knew about the Keith Thurmans, the people that the PBC and other promotional companies was pushing. We knew about the Tanks. We knew, you know what I'm saying, about Adrian Brown. We knew about them guys because they was getting pushed to the forefront. Terence Crawford wasn't really getting a push like that. So he had to put his head down and work even harder to get notarized, to become undisputed at 140, to become undisputed at 147. And that Spence fight, man, shout out to them guys. I always say both of them guys are two warriors, bro, because without each other, they wouldn't have fought. They wouldn't have fought. I could see how it was gonna go. Errol Spence, he went against Al Heyman. He went against Floyd Mayweather. He went against the whole PBC. Him and Terence Crawford got on the phone. They made the fight happen. He gave up a lot of, you know what I'm saying, A-side things. He gave up a lot on his side. He even said if, he happened to lose, the rematch could be at 147 again. So he gave up a lot, and they made that fight happen, man. And that's the best thing that has happened to Terence Crawford to this day. After that fight, Turkey Al-Sheikh came into boxing. He made Terence Crawford the face of Riyadh season boxing, throwing Terence Crawford crazy bags. He giving him crazy amounts of money. Turkey Al-Sheikh already said it. He said Terence Crawford is making way more money than Javante Davis. And he said that, while they was having a feud on Twitter, Terence Crawford financially is good. He's great. So that led me to think, I was like, man, Terence Crawford put in all his work when he was younger. He, with or without the Canelo fight, Terence Crawford was a Hall of Famer like 2 fights ago. Undisputed at 140, undisputed at 147. He was one of the first, he was the second to go undisputed in two different weight classes in the four belt era. Uh, so he's been Hall of Fame years ago. He's been solidified himself as one of the greatest ever. But now I think he just, man, it's time to secure my family legacy. It's time for me to secure my family, get that generational wealth started. Uh, Two things can be true, in my opinion. I think he really does think he could be Canelo Alvarez. Uh, it's the biggest fight in the sport. Um, with him actually saying and vacating his belts and saying he not moving back down to 154, it shows me that he is on, his final fights. Even if he fight Canelo, I think he don't want to have, a Roy Jones effect where he go up in weight and then in 3 to 4 months he come back down to 154 and his chin not the same, or his pop not the same, his speed not the same. We saw it happen to Kell Brook. He jumped up to 160, trying to mess around with Kell Brook. Got his face broke. He came down and fought Errol Spence. He got the other side of his face broke and stopped. And people were saying he was never the same after that. So I think Terence Crawford, he don't want history to repeat itself. He done saw it too many times with Roy Jones and Kell Brook. Them guys was never the same when they jumped up to a high weight class and try to come back down. Uh, that's also another reason why Terence Crawford and Canelo didn't fight in May. Terence Crawford, like I said, been trying to get his body used to walking around, working out at a higher weight. Like I said, Terence Crawford, I think he done had a year layoff. He just focusing on building muscle the right way, putting on weight the correct way, uh, training with that weight on him. I think that's the best bet for him. And like I was saying in my other point, two things can be true at once. Yes, Terence Crawford want to secure his family legacy. Uh, he want to secure that bag. That's what everybody want. You know what I'm saying? To make sure they're getting the right amount of money. To secure their family generational wealth, to secure their family legacy, and he really believed he could beat Canelo. Man, reports then came out. He been training and working towards Canelo Alvarez for the past 3 years. And when you hear stuff like that, it's a scary sight. Because if you remember, Tyson Fury was training to beat Klitschko way before they ever fought. Usyk came up after he beat Tyson Fury and said, well, I was looking at ways and training to beat Tyson Fury when I was at cruiserweight. What? And just look at the outcomes of them two fights. Tyson Fury beat him, got him out the way, and then Usyk came up and beat him. They were studying their opponent, man, for before the fight was even a real thing, before they knew they could even fight them people. They were studying and looking at ways and holes in their game. So Terence Crawford, Sean Porter let the cat out the bag. He said, man, Terence Crawford been studying and training to fight Canelo Alvarez for 3 years, which is crazy because 3 years ago, that put us at 2022. Him and Errol Spence hadn't even fought yet. So that's crazy. Him and Errol Spence hadn't fought yet. Uh, I think he had just beat David Avanesian around that time. Errol Spence had just came off of that Ugas win. So he was thinking about this 3 years ago. No other fan was thinking about this. Like I said, it's a separate video But a lot of people don't know that Errol Spence was actually supposed to be fighting Canelo Alvarez after he beat Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford had other plans. And like I said, man, Terence Crawford, go get your bag, man. Best of luck to you in that Canelo fight, man. I will be rooting for Terence Crawford. It's a chance he could be 3 times undisputed. That has never been done before. And he could be an all-time great. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We finally hit 3,000 subscribers too, man. I really, really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. And we going up from here, man. Let's get it. I'm out. Peace.
They say fuck them, they wasn't on your dick when you was down. Trust them in my back and turn my heart and shit, they turned me to a clown.